Hey, you know what? I gotta say, that Obama, I really didn't. I was just liking the issues. I really just like, how the way, like freedom of choice and I was really even more against like Hillary's plan for like healthcare. Like you'll get fined, they'll go after your wages, and it's not free healthcare at all. And so that Okey Doke, kind of thing. And I think they tried to Okey Doke him again with this kind of, or set a trap, a snare with his pastor. Like, I mean, come on, folks. How many people have said, you know, you're responsible for what your pastor says? I mean, does that really make sense? Or is that even fair? I mean, you know, I can go to church, but I'm not responsible for everything my pastor says. And then beyond that, what I did like about that situation is that he said, look, I understand, but this man was a mentor in other ways for me. And our relationship was not based on everything he said at the pulpit, which is I totally can agree with that. Like, there's been people in my life that, sometimes you need just a strong person who is in a leadership uh, type of situation that you can gain strength from that. And like everybody should have a best friend, and everybody should have somebody who believes in them, and who when the whole world is against you, and that you can count on. And those are the kind of people you don't toss as soon as so I really think that said a heck of a whole lot about Obama's character, and that's the kind of person that I would want next to me or leading me. Is like they're not gonna dump me, and that's why people. I'm not gonna do it, but they're not gonna dump me as soon as things get rough, or tough. They're still gonna be by my side. They're gonna be that rock, and they're gonna hold the ground with me. That's the kind of person. Like, you kind of want to go through the trenches with. And so everybody should have somebody that they can trust and count on like that. But what got me is like another thing Obama said. Now that I've seen the speech, that I really enjoyed is one thing that I've always believed in. In order to make my dreams come true, somebody else doesn't have to suffer for it. It's like I'm self sufficient enough. I can do my thing. I am that much, have that much character, that much of a person where I can do my thing and not take anything away from somebody else. Not have to beat somebody else down to get it, is what I'm saying. And so that, makes you a very strong character. And so oftentimes people think that if they can keep you from accessing something or getting that they can really stop you. All right. And that's why I say my help coming from the Lord anyway. You can't stop me basically by cutting, because one way or another God is going to make a way out of no way. And, so anyway, I didn't want to get that way, but that's who I am, as and that's another thing. Just because somebody is in charge of the gospel, in charge of delivering the message, doesn't mean they're in charge of the word of God. And so what you derive from the word of God is another thing. Anyway, I didn't want to go off on that. What I wanted to say is that when you're dealing with when somebody devise a plot for you to fall in, or a snare, or think they're gonna stick it to you, and then when you turn it all around and you wind up like that Obama speech, like they meant all of that for bad, and really it worked to his good. It really showed the American public what this guy is really made of. I mean, he's really made of good stuff, and it's a rare quality. And for people to see that, and like I said, and somebody else said, and it was really good, Vita, she said, like, I didn't really know how good he was. I didn't know how good he was either. I just liked his issues, and I know what issues I don't like. But what really got me is this: the way Obama handled it. And again, when people plot against you and to try to take you down, and you wind up rising on top and looking better and coming out shiny, because of it, and then they look bad, like I say, because I wouldn't want anybody. I mean, that's a real somebody that you obviously could see didn't use their political agenda. Somebody who said, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be a friend to a friend. And so that is what really amazed me about it. I mean, and that takes a whole lot of guts. That means I care about the presidency, but I care about people more. I'm willing to risk all of that. But I sure am not going to turn down any political or financial position or any position of power for the sake of people who I love, who are my family members, who are staples in the community, who help more than just themselves. I'm not going to turn that's the kind of person I want as a president. So this is what I'm saying. This is what got me. It's like, I've been in a situation where people, really try to take you down, and you wind up going on top. And so I was trying to think of a definition for this word that just keeps crossing my mind. Pownage. I mean, what Obama did with that speech, wouldn't that be the definition of pownage? I mean, pwn. I mean, and every variation of pwning, it's like, whatever case, he really pwned them. They got pwned, It's like, damn. They gotta be saying, that trick that we work with the racial stuff, we got pwned, man. It was unfair. We got unfair pwning. Like, I mean, the pwnage, the pwnitude. You gotta walk away and say, dang, I got pwned. I mean, it's like, I'm not sure what that word means. And I don't even know how to spell it, because I think they spell it PWN and drop out the O. I don't know. Pwn. I don't think you can really say the word like that with all those constables. But that had to be what about he pwned them. He pwned them. It was straight out pwnage. He pwned. I don't know. I'm still working on the different variations and different meanings of that word, but definitely Obama pwned that situation. They set up a snare for him, and I don't know where Hillary is. You haven't heard hide no hair for her, because it's like, watch this, it's like dirty politics. It's like, all I got to do is stir this up. Now, I don't think she's the one, but the media is gonna just keep playing it over and over and depict, but they really got pwned. The media got pwned. They got severely pwned. I mean, the pwnage was everywhere. I mean, really. I'm still working on that. I still have to figure that out. But pwnage, that was definitely Obama's speech. He was saying stuff. Now, all I could just say is, yeah, all right. He just went to town. I mean, dang, I knew he was good. But I mean, all them radio stations and all those places had to realize, like, they got pwned and they don't even know it. That's what happens when you dip in the Kool-Aid and you don't check the flavor. He's been there, done that, I mean, you don't know what he's made of, but you sure did find out, because if y'all thought y'all was gonna bring this kind of crap and blame him, I mean, it's not even like Imus. You know, Imus said those things. He didn't say it. You know, they got pwned for real. Those words never came out of his mouth, and they just trying to blame them. They deserve to get pwned.